up the next book. Which one do you have? Which book do you have?
I got the first binder.
What is it start with, Babino?
Yeah.
Just a second.
Let's skip it.
No, we're not going to do that. You can at least. about flying to the moon? You remember our routine? Or you want to play a sprinter? We did it. I'll tell you. So we play, then go back to the beginning, then play first standing again, then there's a little solo of yours, and then we second. You'll see. You'll see. It's easy. serenade, one after. I think it's more familiar. Just S printed, I'll play it the whole time. Or you play the repeat for yourself. Wait, second call you. We may come back to this. Memories in the other book? Memories is in the other book, right? I think it's in the other book. Let's do this. 10 minutes.
Welcome to Mount St. Vincent University. Your safety is our first priority. We would like to take this time to provide you with safety information. You are in the Seton Academic Center Auditorium, located at 166 Bedford Highway. There are 4 emergency exits on the lower level and 10 emergency exits on the upper level. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please proceed calmly and orderly to the nearest exit. Once outside the auditorium, please follow the direction of our building staff and proceed to the nearest muster station. In the event of an emergency, please use the phones located at the lower level exits within the auditorium or your mobile phone and call 911 immediately. Lastly, an AED defibrillation device is located on the second level near Seton Cafe. Please enjoy this event.
we might have to stop somewhere. If I cut out, you'll finish up with yourself. After clouds. I don't think I want to play Saturday clouds and they'll come in.
Please be seated. Welcome to this special ceremony for the graduates of 2020 and 2021 on such a beautiful evening. My name is Brooke Taylor, and I'm the Interim Vice President, Academic and Provost. Before we continue, I would like to acknowledge that MSVU is located on unceded ancestral Mi'kmaq territory. This territory is covered by the covenant chain of treaties of peace and friendship signed between 1725 and 1779. We pay respect to the knowledge embedded in the Indigenous custodians of the land and to the elders past, present, and future. Also note that this evening's ceremony is being streamed through the Mount's Facebook and YouTube channels. Thank you to our DMZ staff for helping to make this a reality for those who are not able to be with us. And now it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Sheila Martin to the podium to give the invocation.
How truly wonderful it is to have you all here this evening for this special ceremony. It is such a gift to be able to be here in person to acknowledge your years of hard work after such a difficult few years. We know it hasn't been easy, but you persevered and rose amidst the greatest of challenges. And for that, I feel a tremendous amount of admiration and pride. May all that has helped you during your university experience continue to serve you well. Let us take a moment to remember all those who have supported you on this journey: parents, grandparents, spouses, partners, children, and dear friends, for teachers, mentors, and professors. They are a big reason why we are sitting here today. Though you have already left campus and on your next journey, know that you will always be a cherished part of the Mount family. May the bonds that have been created here remain strong despite any distance. I wish you the best of luck as you continue on your lifelong path. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sheila, for those thoughtful words. I would now like to invite Dr. Sheila Brown, MSVU's Interim President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium for her remarks.
Good evening. Distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, alumni, families, and friends. We're delighted to welcome you to Mount St. Vincent University's Grad Re-do. This celebration recognizes your hard work, commitment, and accomplishments, and is a testament to your resilience in the midst of a pandemic. The past few years have brought challenges, triumphs, and self-discovery. Be proud of all that you have accomplished during one of the most difficult periods in our history. You have proven that you are capable of more than you had likely ever imagined. The academic programs that you studied provided you with key skills, like the ability to critically examine information and to distinguish relevant and evidence-based knowledge from the ever-increasing and variably accurate information we encounter daily. Those critical thinking skills have, I'm sure, served you well so far, and they will continue to do so, supporting your continued growth, but also benefiting the society in which we all live and work. Today also serves as a reminder that we rarely achieve milestones like graduation without the support of family, friends, peers, and the dedication and expertise of the professors and support staff who deliver our programs. So I want to recognize not only your individual achievements, but also the contribution to your success of your personal support network and the Mounts faculty and staff. And I invite you, our graduates, to join me in a round of applause for those who supported you. Upon your graduation, you became part of the extended Mount St. Vincent University alumni family, a diverse group of over 36,000 people around the globe. So wherever you venture, you will find fellow graduates who are proud of their MSVU connection. And I encourage you to remain connected to the university through the Alumni Association and to serve as mentors for future generations of Mount students and alumni. Through your example and your continuing contributions, you exemplify the very best of what a Mount education offers. Next year, 2023, will be a milestone for the university. It's our 150th anniversary, and we look forward to celebrating the Mount's history, the foresight of our founders, the Sisters of Charity Halifax, and both the legacy of the university, its past graduates, and the promise of continued contributions by our faculty, staff, students, and graduates. I encourage you to lend your talents and your presence to our sesquicentennial celebrations next year. As I close, I want to thank all those who have made this evening's celebration possible. As we did when you received your parchments virtually, the entire university celebrates with you this evening. Heartfelt congratulations and warmest wishes for continued success in the future. It now gives me very great pleasure to introduce this evening's guest speaker, a Mount St. Vincent University alumna and recent honorary doctorate recipient, retired Justice Corinne Sparks.
Vice Chancellor, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. People are trapped in history, and history is trapped in them. Graduates, we celebrate each of you today. You have attained success because you have achieved your educational goals, and we all applaud your determination and resoluteness in doing so. You have made a wise choice by investing in your post-secondary education. We know there had been many long days and long nights of study, and at times self-doubts about your own tenacity and perseverance. But nevertheless, your hard work has put you in this pivotal place to begin or renew your career. Success belongs to each one of you today. And so we extol your educational accomplishments, and we know most assuredly that education provides a solid foundation and can be the key to a successful life. Each of you should savor and delight in your academic and educational reward. And it is always wise to remember to appreciate what you have before time makes you appreciate what you had. But more pointedly, turning to the meaning of success, well, it can be closely connected to purpose and happiness in life. And it can be defined at an individual level when we dig deep to ascertain what gives us purpose and happiness in life. More broadly speaking, however, it can even mean giving back to the world to promote humanity and support healthy and successful communities. Having said that, it must be asked, what is the meaning of success? What does it mean to have a successful life? And moreover, what does success actually mean in the year 2022? Certainly, we know success can be defined differently in different eras, and yet, at the same time, it can still be an individual pursuit. For some individuals, of course, success is always directly linked to financial remuneration, and it can, broadly speaking, mean the attainment of wealth, favor, or eminence. But even though we as individuals all want and work towards financial security as a measure of success, is this really authentic success? Or is it merely one measure of success? I would suggest to you success is a multifaceted endeavor, a layered goal. You graduates are living in an era where financial gain is at times extraordinarily excessive and therefore creates a surreal financial zone of the mega rich. But I would suggest we should ask the question of how financial reward is leveled in our society. And should we, more importantly, be thriving for a world which works for everyone, where even those who do not have the advantage and the privilege of a post-secondary degree or diploma can still generate a modest living tied directly to a livable wage. Each of you graduates will hopefully be able to attain a form of financial well-being because you have demonstrated that success at a certain level occurs when preparation meets opportunity, that is, financial opportunities. Each of you have prepared yourself for success in the marketplace. But yet, as mentioned, the meaning of success is multifaceted and can indeed change over time. People are trapped in history, and history is trapped in them. Of course, another measure of success is directly connected to the acquisition of power, which can be, but is not always, tied to financial largesse. Nonetheless, at times, it seems the very ones who seek power are the ones who at times abuse power for their own personal gain. It seems to me the true test of power as a determinant of success is how an individual executes power and whether it is utilized to alleviate the mistreatment of others and is used to help to create a world which works for everyone. Then there are gender differences pertaining to success, as oftentimes women will crave success in relationships, while men, in contrast, may attach more meaning to material well-being. Of course, this varies, but certainly interpersonal relationships can be a barometer for success and fulfillment in life, generally speaking. Sometimes, and we've all been down this road, success can be simply the satisfaction at the end of a busy and draining day. And success can be getting back up after being knocked down 5 times. Probing the meaning of success a bit further, the rhetorical question must be asked, how do we achieve success in a world that works for everyone? How do we create healthy and successful communities? In this era, which you graduates have witnessed and benefited from, most of you are acutely aware of the Black Lives Matter and the Every Child Matters protests and movements, orchestrated and sustained by Black and Indigenous communities, respectively, to shed light on the corrosive racial inequalities in society. These two communities, equality-seeking groups, as you know, have been marginalized over the centuries, but yet have maintained magnificent cultural and social ties across Turtle Island due to the overarching designation of otherness in society. Social success in a rural which works for everyone means, in this era, an awareness of institutional and structural racial discrimination. It means knowing the now familiar continuum of discrimination. And often it starts with individual prejudice and racial discrimination. Then at times, this prejudice directly manifests as abuse of power and ignorance. Then, as part of the continuum, is institutional, systemic, and structural discrimination. As the continuum widens, it leads to microaggressions, both inside and outside the workplace. And finally, this continuum often ends with individuals being targeted, both with violent and nonviolent attacks. I raise this because your generation has proudly and laudably built allegiances with the Black and Indigenous communities. This was openly identified and observed in these two movements. And commendably, it teaches us that at some point we must all acknowledge that every generation has to pierce the wall of corrosive inequality and discrimination. Turning back to the meaning of success, both Viola Desmond and Nelson Mandela had successful lives. Few would argue a contrary view today. However, both had purpose and ardently wanted to raise public awareness regarding social and racial inequities. And so, in the end, they each attained success in their life. But both Viola Desmond and Nelson Mandela, in their individual life stories, exemplify how the meaning of success can change over time. So we should remember more enduring success is derived at times from baby steps, which lead to service for the overall greater good of human rights and humanity. And so success and service can be intertwined. Yes, indeed, people are trapped in history, and history is trapped in them. You graduates today are part of this piercing of the proverbial wall of indifference, and I commend you for reaching this level of success as it is tied to broader community awareness and success. And we must all remember each generation has to put a dent in the wall of injustice. Building a society where pluralism prevails and equality, inclusion, and diversity rank high helps us to build thriving and successful communities as part of our common humanity. Each of you, in your own unique and individual way, can be part of this new configuration of society. In the end, each of you will fulfill your individual goals associated with success. And because of your social awareness, as witnessed in this era and for your generation, you are equipped to help ensure social justice issues are advanced from multifactorial touchstones. And when these individual changes become part of the societal collective, we will know society has progressed so that our communities can advance politically, socially, and economically, while at the same time ensuring there is equality, inclusion, and diversity. And this, in turn, can help to lead to a world which works for everyone. All in all, this is your special day. We salute each and every graduate today as each of you take your rightful place in history. After all, history is, simply put, is the stories that people tell about themselves. And so we pay tribute to each of you because your singular success today, marked in history, will broaden and enrich our communities and thereby strengthen humanity. Each of you are, of course, part of your own individual history, but also the history of your family, the history of Mount St. Vincent, and the history of humanity. And so, yes, James Baldwin was absolutely correct when he opined, people are trapped in history, and history is trapped in them. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you very much, Justice Sparks, for those inspirational words. Thank you. We are now at a moment for a performance interlude, and I'm very pleased now to introduce Jesse Benjamin and Raymond Sewell, who will be sharing with us a performance of traditional Mi'kmaq song and dance.
Ula gedebegi anka osudamai walalia kisukulalia usitnog madut. I'm going to sing the Eagle song right now in your honor. Congrats on all your hard work. Yo ho yo ho yo hane. Yo ho yo ho yo hane. Hey musigis cook ana medawinto. Beji gino wadu ye git buna. Beji gino wadu ye git buna. Yo ho yo hane. Yo ho yo hane. Hey musigis cook ana medawinto. Kick dog walks in kegit buna. Kick dog walks in kegit buna. Yo ho yo hane. Yo ho yo hane. Hey musigis cook ana medawinto. Megi walali e kitpuna. Megi walali e kitpuna. Yo ho yo hane. Yo ho yo hane. Hey musigis cook ana medawinto. Megi walali e kitpuna. Megi walali e kitpuna. Taho.
Thank you very much, Raymond and Jesse. Thank you for that. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Shimon Volt and Barbara Pritchard, who do the music for us when we come in and as we process out and for our national anthem. So I'd just like to recognize them. So now comes the moment I know you've all been waiting for. I understand that many of you will want to capture this moment on camera. However, as we continue to be guided by safety measures, I ask that you remain seated, reserving the photographs to follow our ceremony. The university photographer is on hand to capture graduates as they cross the stage. A reminder that you are able to remove your mask for a photo before replacing it on again as you make your way back to your seat. And I would now like to ask Dr. Carrie Dawson, the Dean of Arts and Science, to the podium.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before we begin calling the names, I'm going to say a few words about the Senate Awards of Distinction. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that Senate Awards of Distinction are engraved pewter medals awarded by the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University. The undergraduate awards are presented in recognition of superior academic achievement to the student who graduates with distinction and the highest aggregate. The Master's Awards are presented upon recommendation of each graduate program. These awards were included along with parchments for the graduates of spring 2020, fall 2020, and fall 2021. Interim President and Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure and privilege to present to you those graduates who have successfully completed the required courses of study and have been awarded a certificate in nonprofit leadership. Roberta Hibbert. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a diploma in business administration. Shubdeep Kaur Dhaliwal. Nimish Jain. Arshleen Kaur. Bhavneet Kaur with distinction. Ashka Pandit. Yukta Sharma. Amar Shatta, with distinction and highest aggregate Senate Medal of Distinction. Yvette Tusengi. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and have been awarded a diploma in tourism and hospitality management. Karan Rana, with distinction. Gurajesh Singh. Navinder Singh. Jingfei Tan, with distinction. Bin Wang. Hui Wen Wu, with distinction and highest aggregate Senate Medal of Distinction. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you those graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts General Studies. Jessica Bailey. Taylor Jollymore. Ari McLean. Just one sec. Nicole Myers. Lorianne Riley, with distinction. Hannah Timmons. Sierra Vidrolo. Masato Asanuma. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Arts. Lindsay Best. Shernisha Colley. Rayanne Como. Zoe Grandy. Leah Jones. Sarah McGeen. Drake McLean. Thank you. Allison Meikle. Trisina Morash. Thank you. Sarah Painter. Daniel Ritchie. I've been going too quickly again, sorry. Rachel Robinson. Allison Ross. Sarah Sabri with distinction. Natalie Serrouillet with distinction. Jacqueline Silver. Jessica Thomas. Thank you. Siwen Wang. Caitlin Westhaver. Brittany Wiseman. Hannah York with distinction. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors. Alicia Bertollet with First Class Honors Senate Medal of Distinction. Megan Hall. Are you sure? Naomi Ibiama. Taylor Mosher. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Arts in Child and Youth Study. Lydia Barnaby. Brooke Demonde. Katie Keys. Elizabeth McKenzie with distinction. Morgan McKinnon. Kylie McDonald with distinction. McDowell. Catherine McDowell. Robert McLean with distinction. Madeline Mitchell with distinction. Shanna Monroe. Jessie Ray Murphy. Abia Salamat. Chanel Tynes Stewart. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study honors. Nolanda Hawkins. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Ama Asare Adje. Christopher Berrigan. Carrie Bonus with distinction. Sarah Brining with distinction. Angel Cash. Brad Eddy with distinction. Tieran Hawkins. Eden Kasai. Asanatu Keita. Safiatu Keita with distinction. Amber McBurney. Kwashiba McCallum. Napke, thank you. Devin Napke. Fung Tao Nguyen. Ebenezer Nkrumah. Thank you. Manuela Ose Quanteg. Thank you. Victoria Ose Quanteg, with distinction. Kia Parnell. Melanie Rutterham, with distinction. Tara Rutterham. Mia Smith. Braden Swain. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Business Administration in association with Bermuda College. Sadiq Williams. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Co-op Education route. Peyton Arsenault, with distinction. Laura Barrett, with distinction and highest aggregate Senate Medal of Distinction. Danielle Flynn. Kara Houston. Bonita LeBlanc. David McDonald, with distinction and highest aggregate Senate Medal of Distinction. Kristen McNeil. Elsie Macloof. Robin Morris, with distinction. Thank you. Milen Pinette, with distinction. Caitlin Roy, with distinction. Thank you. Lauren Tamander, with distinction. Marissa Wilmont, with distinction and highest aggregate Senate Medal of Distinction. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Science, General Studies. Velma Journay. Manpreet Kaur with distinction. Harpreet Kaur with distinction. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Science. Lindsay Alvarez. Melissa Chantel Boudreau. Catherine Shane Breen with distinction. Grace Brenton. Alexandra Horn. Nathan Livingston with distinction. Thank you. Abigail Dane Reyes. Thank you. Eliza Jones Rivera with distinction. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduates who have completed a required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Science honors. Cameron Evans with first-class honors. Danielle Holly Kaiser. Adam Mariotti with first-class honors. Thank you. Roman Munzer with first-class honors. Emily Wright with first-class honors and highest aggregate Senate Medal of Distinction. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Science in Science Communication. Marika Williams. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have been awarded a degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Rujipas to Aruvinpas, Cooperative Education Route. Emma Goldie, Cooperative Education Route with distinction. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition, Rachel Sonola. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Master of Family Studies in Gerontology, Marilyn Cox. Thank you. Deborah Legier, Senate Medal of Distinction. Harajat Sanmanu. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Master of Public Relations, Chantel Bernard Benjamin. Desieli Montero Martins. Tassin Ratul. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded a degree of Master of Arts in Child and Youth Study, Denise Verge. Close? Close. Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you those graduates who have successfully completed the required course of study and been awarded the degree of Master of Science in Applied Human Nutrition, Temilola Oluworke. And with that, I'd like to invite my colleague, Anthony Carr, Dean of Education, to the podium.
Vice Chancellor Brown, it is my pleasure to present to you the candidates who successfully completed the required courses of study and have been awarded the Bachelor of Education. Alyssa Antle. Matthew Beauchamp. Tatiana Bonus. Julie Cameron. Jitambel Patel. Michaela Singer. Lauren Sloan-White. Desiree Sparks. Emma Taylor. Ashley Williams. Ava Winters. Vice-Chancellor Brown, it is my privilege to present to you those graduates who've successfully completed the required courses of study and have been awarded the degree of Master of Education. Xiong Shen. Suzanne Sertwell. Roberta Dunham. Sherian Garcia. Andrea Hare. Elizabeth Sarah Hudson. Sarah Hayes Brown. Mary Ellen Georgetta Landrigan. James Langill. Xingli Yu. Catherine Lyle. Christine McNeil. Candice Myers. Olamara Elizabeth Ungabosi. Natalie Powell. Gregory Pretty. Stephanie Ribeiro Fernandez. Nicola Rose Goodhall. Keisha Snook. Dwayne Snow. Rong Sven. Krista Warren. Lisa Wynot. Michelle Zink. Vice-Chancellor Brown, it is my privilege to present to you those candidates who have successfully completed the required courses of study and have been awarded the degree of Master of Arts in Education. Marcia dos Santos. We now come to the recognition of a PhD, and I'd like to ask Dr. Ardra Cole, the supervisor, to join us on stage. Vice-Chancellor Brown, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our PhD candidate, Stephanie Mason, who has successfully completed the required courses of study and has been awarded the PhD in Educational Studies. Please join me in congratulating all the new graduates of Mount St. Vincent University. I'd now like to invite Joanne Bernard, President of the Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association, to the podium.
Well, good evening, and you made it. So welcome back. Today is simply for you. The pandemic took so much away from so many, and it's fair to say that many things cannot be replaced. We can, however, try to reconstruct, redo, and most of all, celebrate and remember your time here as a student and, more importantly, as a graduate. The idea for this celebration came to light on May 12, 2020, when I was sent a video from a childhood friend whose daughter would have been graduating from the Mount that day. Caitlin Keeping's family did everything they could to celebrate the completion of her Bachelor of Education degree. Between the homemade gown and cap, streamers on the awning, and Pop and Circumstance playing on the loudspeaker, I knew this scenario was probably playing out in the backyards of every graduating student that day. And I said to myself, in a couple of weeks, when COVID is over, we're going to have to do something for this class. Little did we know that the pandemic would cancel 2 more subsequent graduation classes in the fall of 2020 and spring of 2021. Talk to any alumni of this university and they will tell you that graduation day, particularly walking across this stage, was the pinnacle of their Mount experience. Your Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association is so happy to help you make this day happen. You earned it, partnering with the MSVU Convocation Committee and with great support from the Mount. This day is for you. And even though most of you have started your careers or continued your education, your degrees you would have celebrated here in these hallowed halls, those past graduation days, are being celebrated today. And never has the saying, better late than never, been so relevant. I want you to leave here tonight remembering these few things. You have accomplished a great academic journey during your years at this well-respected, prestigious, unique, and incredible university. The things you have learned here, not just academically, about your place in the world, will serve you well for the rest of your life. You are part of a proud alumni family which stretches into every corner of the world. Continue to represent us well in your world, and remember your days here with fondness. And know that this university, with its incredible faculty, administration, and alumni, is your soft spot to always fall back as you continue with your careers and your lives. We see you. Congratulations, and it's my honor to officially welcome you into the alumni of Mount St. Vincent University. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce Greg Pretty, graduate of the Masters of Education program in 2021, for the student address.
When I was asked to give this speech, I was given 2 directives, 2 little tiny suggestions. Both I think were valid, and I'm glad that they were given to me. Number 1, keep it short, Greg, because I love to tell long stories with tons of unnecessary detail. In Newfoundland, they call that spinning a yarn. So that was good advice. The other piece of advice was, don't feel like it has to be all formal and stuff. You can have some fun if you want with it. So, in the spirit of fun, I want to start with audience participation. I'm not going to make you sing or anything like that, I promise. But I do want to administer some polls, some questions. Question number 1 for everybody. Who is the most fanciest dressed uppiest they've been tonight in maybe, what, a year and a half? Hands up. Oh, good. I did not know what to predict, what my data outcome would be on that at all. I was like, 10%? Is everyone going to just stare at me? And they're going to go, I'm always dressing up fancy. So that's good. I would give that a 15 to maybe 20%. Okay. This one's more for people that are wearing gowns. Who decided just to stick with the game plan for the last year and a half and has their pajamas on under the gown? Not one person. Oh, well, up there, pajamas, thank you, my friend. But that was only for the gown, so you gotta wait about 15 years and then you can get your own gown, I promise. But thank you, appreciate it. Well, that's 1 out of 800, so that's good data. Yeah, I have a really good pair of slacks on under here that I have not tried on since 2019. They look great, I promise. You can't see them, but we're all dressed up fancy tonight. That said, it's great to have an experience to dress up. And I can't tell you how excited I am and happy that we have this experience. When I would be asked during, I guess for me it was 2020, by friends and family, if how I felt about not having a convocation and how do you feel about that, I would play it off as it's okay, it's no big deal, I'm okay with it. And it's fine, it's no big deal. It's just a ceremony, I got my degree, everything's great, it feels good. And that's what I said to almost everybody. And then this idea pops up, oh, we're gonna have a redo. And I was in the little committee meeting and that came up as an idea and I was like, yes, sign me up, I'll do it. Where do I go, where do I sign? And I realized at that moment that it really struck a chord with me after me pretending, that no big deal, that I missed the convocation ceremonies back in 2020, but it struck a chord. So that little ringing chord is the one little thing that I guess I wanted to share with you today. But before I share that ringing chord with you, I want to give you a little context. So 25 years ago, I started working here. And I keep trying to say the year, and I keep starting out with 2. And you know how hard it is to say 19 before the year? It's like, I go, back in 1998, September 1998. In September, I started working here. And 2 months, just 2 months into that world, I was like, oh, you got to work convocation. And I'm like, okay, what's that? Well, you're going to work camera. So my first convocation, first perspective, balcony C. You can see the camera person up there waving at you. Technically, it's my lovely partner, Carol, working because she wanted to get the best seats in the house, and we don't sell tickets to the balcony. So she's on camera because it got her into the balcony. So I spent 4 or 5 years in that balcony seeing this convocation go on. Next 5 years, I'm in this balcony up here. Patrick's up there doing sound, making us all sound great. And I spent 5 years up there doing sound for the convocation. And let's see, 5 years after that, of doing that, I was behind the scenes, involved in, learning how to figure out how to live stream this thing so that all the grandmothers and grandfathers and friends and family all over the world could see us. And we did that for, 10 years. And then next thing you know, I've got all these amazing creatives and people helping me do it as a team. And now I sit back and I just go, is everything good? And they go, yeah, it's good. And that was very difficult today because I got to experience it from that perspective up there. And I just had to trust that all my guys behind the scenes were doing an awesome job, and indeed they are. And they're great people to work with. So I've had that perspective, and in every one of them, for 25 years, this little thought was in my head, no matter what angle I was seeing it from, what perspective. So the convocation, every time, in the back of my head, I used to say, maybe someday I'll walk across that stage. Maybe someday that'll be me. And then I started working, towards my master's, and I said, someday that's going to be me. I got rid of the maybe, and I said, someday that's going to be me. And two credits left, I think. Pandemic. 25 years of maybe someday it'll be me, and along comes the pandemic. Full lockdown, no convocation. And that's when I said, it's okay. It's no big deal. It's not like I was looking forward to it. And I pretended it was no big deal, Now, there's another little thing that happens in the convocation ceremony, and myself and all of my peers and friends and all the people that work so hard on this 7 or 8 times a year. There's a little line that happens in most of them. It's not happening tonight, but there's a line that happens in most of these convocations. And if you don't go to all those, you may not have heard it. And where is it? I've got a note. I want to make sure I do it right, so I made a note here. The dean asks the chancellor at the end to infer degrees in absentia on the students so designated by the dean. And that means that's the people that didn't show up, right? Now, I understand so many great reasons that you don't go to the ceremony, to that rite of passage. Maybe you've got a job you've got to fly off to. Maybe you have to return to your job. Maybe you have family obligations. But there's a portion of people every year that had the opportunity to come, and the only reason that they didn't come is because, they don't want to. Or it's not my thing. And I respect that. I so respect it if it's not your thing. But I encourage you to participate in every possible celebration of yourselves and each other that you can. And I'm glad you're here. Keep doing it. Let me go back to my notes for a second. Sometimes maybe we don't see the value in a ceremony. Perhaps it doesn't feel important. Maybe you've been to too many ceremonies, too many birthdays, weddings, graduations. Maybe they're just not your thing, and like I said, I respect that. And I told myself that I was fine with it. It's just a ceremony, no big deal. Along comes the grad redo. And as you're quite aware, if you're here tonight, all of a sudden you realize that it did mean a lot to you. A lot more than maybe you even thought it was going to. Maybe it takes losing this opportunity for us to really feel that again, okay? So if there's something I want to leave you with, a lesson that we can learn from missing out on so many things over all these last couple strange, wacky years, it is please show up. Show up and celebrate whenever you can. Acknowledge each other. Even be willing to acknowledge yourself, because sometimes we don't always want to do that. But acknowledge each other. Take time to acknowledge what you achieve. Attend ceremonies. Attend them. Go. Anyone you can. Be part of every rite of passage that's available to you and partake in those little rituals, because that's what they are. They're rituals. And they form our social circles, and they tie the fabric of our cultures together. So on behalf of the graduating class of 2020 and 2021, I want to thank everyone who made tonight possible so we could feel this. That's the alumni gang, the convocation committee, faculty, staff, everyone who came here tonight, to celebrate this and to do this for us. To my fellow graduates, celebrate your achievement. And congratulations.
Thank you, Greg. That was special. Thank you. Before we close with the national anthem, I just wanted a few words. After the ceremony is over, you're invited to join us for coffee and sweets in the Elizabeth and Fred Fountain atrium of the McCain Center following the ceremony. And in a moment, I'll ask you to stand for the national anthem, but when the national anthem is over, I'd ask that the audience remain seated until such time as the graduates have left the auditorium, and then people can leave to go to the reception. So with that, I would ask that we stand, those that are able, for our national anthem.